Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jim the Fuzzy. Welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Brave New World. When we left off, we were just exploring and talking a lot about the mechanics. I'm going to be talking more about them this episode. But a lot of it included why I think this game is superior. More ancient ruins, and on a hill. Most excellent. Well, we're gonna go over to that hill. Ancient ruins tend to guide exploration, so I am gonna move you to right here. And yep, that's just the ancient ruin notification. And again, okay. 20 culture? Alright then. We got that. And we found a neighbor. Great. That's not gonna go well. Alright. Alright, come down here. Huzzah, another hill. But what you can see as a result of all this exploration is that we are pushing out the map a lot faster than we would have in Civilization 6. And we're about to get pottery. I hope... yeah, that's gotta be a neighbor. It's not a city-state.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
Alright. Now we can build granaries. And granaries have the bonus of being able to ship food from this city out to another city. Internal trade routes, like many other things, work differently. You can send things from one city to another city. Now, where am I gonna go? I need to figure out a good city location. And that means scouting over here.
Ne Civ Pocatello. Ina en hanibidena. Ne wasogo bahan.
Alright. Shoshone. Ouch. They are one of the, ones who can grab a whole lot of stuff very quickly. I need to load the Civilopedia. What's the button for that? I can't remember. Come here. Okay, more horses. Good. Now, the culture tree. Or rather, social policies. As you can see, I have 4 choices for social policy trees that I can adopt. Each one of these has its own specific bonus, what it's good for, and it has a number of culture, well, things within it that I can adopt. If you adopt any one of these, you immediately get a bonus. In the case of tradition, it increases the rate of border expansion, which is very nice, and gives +3 culture in the capital. Also very nice. Especially since I'm right next to the Shoshone, and one of their big bonuses is culture expansion. Also, you get things like free culture building in the first 4 cities. Like that monument that I'm building, which I probably shouldn't have built. Duh. Alright. Never mind. I completely forgot that existed. Well, I'm going to need to... see, this also gives me bonuses. I need to explain happiness. We also have aristocracy here, which gives bonus production when building wonders, any type of wonder, and bonus happiness for every 10 citizens in a city. So, again, big cities. This wants you to have a lot of big cities, which is good. Liberty is good for having, no, not a lot of big cities, a small amount of big cities. So, you're going small. Liberty is, again, rapid expansion. Automatically gives you some culture. Each one of these, unlocking it, also gives you a great wonder that you can build. I mean, you talk about great wonders as well. And piety is very, very nice, because if you get all of it, you're guaranteed a religion, or you're guaranteed reforming your religion. However, what we need right now, that's right, I'm going to be delaying this significantly, and that's why I wanted the monument. Well, right now is the huge culture boost we get from tradition, and the border expansion boost. Yes. Alright. Now, if I can remember... No, it's not that button. That's not the quick save button. Excuse me while I go look up the, controls here, or how to open up the Civilopedia in-game, because I'm pretty sure you can somehow. Oh, it's help. That's right. I was almost certain that you could, and turns out you can. So go over to the Shoshone. They're the ones with that special scout that I mentioned. So they're going to be really good at grabbing ancient ruins, and they're very aggressive about doing that. And Pocatello, with the Great Expanse, founded cities start with additional territory, and units receive a combat bonus from fighting within their own territory. Do I really need...
Excuse me.
Do I really need to explain that any further? Let's go for writing. Oh. Here's a fun little question. Do I want to get a mine and quarries? No, not really. I really want these spices. And for spices, I need calendar to construct plantations, which I'm going for. Which is one of the advantages of going this route. And if you're really, really good in the time it takes to get the Great Library, if you're super devoted, yeah, you can drum in poetry and philosophy, and then grab theology. I would like to note this is really, really good for Korea, because Korea, one, they get bonuses for complete science-themed wonders. Two, they get bonuses off optics, and I believe compass also gives them a bonus. Yes. So they get bonuses off these two techs, which this pushes for very quickly. Unfortunately, it peters out after you do that. You can't get beyond compass, because in order to get to astronomy, you need education. In order to get to education, you need civil service. In order to get to civil service, you need horseback riding, which requires trapping the wheel, and you also need currency, which requires mathematics, which requires the wheel, and so it does have a limit, but that limit is very, very far along. So that's a very nice thing. We're also going to want to settle a city on the coast at some point. Yeah, I kind of wish we'd... No, I do wish we'd moved at the start. Ugh. This really sucks. Suddenly a city here on turn 2. And you may ask, why would I settle on desert? That's because cities are guaranteed 2 food and 1 production. So I would, because even though the city's on grassland, grassland gives me 2 food, 1 production. So I would turn that desert tile into something that actually had some value. However, I would be not on a river, and being not on a river is bad. So, there's that. But it's bad for different reasons than Civilization 6. So, yeah, I'm gonna finish that monument. It's only 2 turns. Don't know if I know who founded that pantheon. Let's go into this jungle. So I'm gonna come to right here because I want to see if I can figure out where their city is. Of course, it's a dead end. I should have I kind of figured it would be, but I'm not all that good at predicting the map, so. Let's go here. Walk around the marshland. It's unlike Civilization 6, marshes are not good in this game for any reason whatsoever. Let's get our +2 culture. There we go. Scout can now come here. So no, I don't know where they are yet, but I do know they're way up here. Well, actually, I can figure it out. They're either right here or right here. Maybe right here, but they're on one of those 3 tiles, which means this is as far down hard limit as their borders can expand. That's good for me. Now, Rio de Janeiro, which is expanding, thankfully. Also, oh good, it's getting the spices next. You need a shrine, so we can start getting some religion. Unlike in Civilization 6, well, first off, religions can still be founded. The number is based on the number of civilizations in the game. I believe it is 3/4. Rather than a hard limit of any sort, which I think I heard Civilization 6 has, but I won't swear to it. Now, one of the things I also want to do is, how much do settlers cost? 500. A lot. Now, unlike in Civilization 6, I know I keep saying that a lot, settlers here do not cost a population to build. They merely stop the growth of the city while you are building them. Thus, timing them is very, very critical. And, well, I guess that's, what's this say? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is that the original owner of the city? I don't know that part of the UI. Anyway, we're almost to Great Library. I don't know how long it'll take to get that. What I can tell you is you're 7 turns away. We are 10 turns away from writing. I'm gonna have you build wall. Oh yes, one thing here. Show queue. I can create a production queue. And, oh, I don't have any available trade routes. Okay then. Every source of wheat, bananas, and deer worked by the city produces +1 food. I'm gonna have 2 sources of bananas. No wheat. And I don't think any deer. I don't see any deer. So, alright. Oh, that's right. I know what I wanted to queue up. Worker. Alright. There will be that. And we're probably going to start well, no, we're not going to lose money because we're going to start working the marble. Now, once I get to 4 population, that'll be a good time to work on the Great Library and then a settler. Depends on how many turns the Great Library will take. Oh. I should... That's marsh. That's marsh. That was a good gamble. Alright. Because this is grassland now. If I hover over this, you'll see this says 6 horses. The number is important because each unit that you build, unlike in Civilization 6, I keep saying that, yes, each unit has has essentially upkeep. So I need, for every, let's just go look at the horseback right here, the horseman. For every horseman I build, I need 1 unit of horses. For every knight I build, I need 1 unit of horses. So, swordsmen require 1 unit of iron. I don't have bronze working yet, so I don't know where the iron is. I don't know where the Brazil wood camps are, which would be nice to know. Here we go, machinery. Alright. Well, I'm going to go up to... No, I'm not going to get compass. I am going to go get theology, and then I'm going to backfill. That seems to be the strategy I have this game. Or the one I usually have. Alright, so their city is either right here or right here. One of the two. It's right here, then this is the limit. And yes, I know. I'm pretty heavily scouting there. I would like to note one good thing of the honor tree is if you adopt it, first off it gives you a 33% combat bonus versus barbarians, but it also tells you where barbarian encampments spawn if you have scouted that part of the map. Which is just an insanely advantageous bonus if you like hunting down barbarians, which why wouldn't you? Okay. Next turn. And we've got a policy available. Come here and send him along the coast for a bit. There we go.
Excuse me.
Stop telling me these things. Alright, so it is right here. We can go talk with them. No religious followers in that city. What's the point? Alright. I still don't know where I want to found my city. It's either going to be over here, which his limit's right there, so his limit is right here. Right in this spot would not be terrible. So far from what I can see. So I'm going to let my scout around to look up here. I'm going to send my warrior up into this mess. I might actually go found cities in both spots. Never know. Alright, we got marble and we got spices now. And now we got another policy we can do. Now, I would like a mega piety. This does give us a bonus to production on our shrine. Or do an aristocracy, which is this bonus production for wonders. How much production am I going to have at that point? 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer, not a lot. Though 15% still adds decimal points. So, I mean, that's not a terrible thing. But I think I would rather get piety done. Or started. Just so we can start filling things out. Like this Reformation belief, really powerful. At least if you're doing religious stuff. And theocracy, also really powerful if you start building holy sites with your great prophets. And holy sites with great prophets are, well, this starts giving you gold. And temples increase the city's gold output by 25%. What is one of the things we're good at? Gold production. So, yes, there is a... And then we get a discount on all religious units and buildings, which lets us get great profits for cheaper. And we can use great profits to start getting faith, and you'll start seeing where this snowballs to. It does a very good job of snowballing. And... oh. And that, we've come to the end of this episode. We have a... oh, we have a trade route available, but we don't have the reach to get to Malzankani. Okay. That's why it wouldn't let me build the caravan. Alright, that makes sense. The thing is, without a worker, Rio de Janeiro is in really bad shape. Not terrible shape, I guess. But lots of culture, lots of border growth. Good. See how it shows me these 4 tiles? That is... it's going to randomly pick one of those. And generally, how the algorithm works is it picks the tiles closest to your city. So, in this case, it's going within range of 2. First, it goes after things like luxury and strategic resources that you've revealed, like the marble and the spices. And then, after that, it goes after the lowest terrain cost, lowest movement cost. So, it costs 1 to get here from our borders, it costs 1 to get here from our borders, it costs 1 to get here from our borders, it costs 1 movement point to get here from our borders, it costs 2 to move into the marsh, 2 to move across this river, 2 to move into this forest, and it costs 3 to move into these 2 forests, because 1 from crossing the river and 1 from the forest. And then 1 for moving. So, that's how the algorithm sorts it, which is nice to think about. So if you've got, and last of all is mountain tiles. So if you need to get a mountain inside your territory, buy it. If, speaking of which, we probably should look at getting a city next to a mountain. I hope there's a mountain, like, right here. I have a reason for that. It'll be clear later. But thank you very much for watching. I have been Jim with the Fuzzy. I do hope to see you again next time.